have the floor.
Ladies and gentlemen, dear jury, we strongly believe that coalition weakens the government. Our first speaker, our Prime Minister, presented you with first argument demonstrating how the political coalition would lead to a lack of strategic vision. The dear Prime Minister, the dear leader of the opposition, tried to respond to our first argument by saying that the alliance is a cooperation for the same goal. We said we did not disagree on that point, but they are trying to reach the same goal with different strategies. By trying to reach the same goal with different strategies, these strategies will collide. They will fail to reach a compromise. The leader of the opposition said that we will compromise ideologies, and that by in the coalition you will get the advantages and you will get rid of the disadvantages. But how can you guarantee getting the advantages and getting rid of the disadvantages? No, thank you. You did not say how. You did not give an explanation. You did not illustrate with examples. And that makes your first argument just a claim and not a solid argument. On your second argument, you said that you would make sure to reach the same goal. And again, you fail to say how and why and when, and you would reach the same goal. No. Now, I would like to move on to our second argument, which I will be presenting. Our second argument demonstrates that political coalition makes the government less democratic. Coalition governments are actually less democratic as the balance of the power is inevitably held by the small parties. There will be many small parties, a few major parties. These small parties can bottle their support for concession from the main groups within the coalition. This means that a party with little population, with little popular support, is able to impose its policies upon majority by a process of political blackmail. The concerned parties of a coalition may call themselves allies, but they are actually opportunists. Yes, please?
Don't you think that when they form an alliance, they are no longer a minority? Thank you.
They are no longer a minority. Well, they are small parties. They did not. There were, since they came to a coalition, in a democratic country, that means they did not gain enough votes to represent the government by themselves. So they are a minority. They remain a minority. And these minorities will go together and they will impose their policies. So, as I was saying, in a political coalition, those called allies, they are actually opportunists. They present themselves, you present them with an issue which can put them in an advantageous position, and they would not think twice about grabbing it. And if this leads to a good feedback, they would claim it as their own and try to larger their vote banks. Another point is that coalition, no thank you, that coalition and defection go hand in hand. How is that? That is because defection happened during the past, and those who do not learn from the past are going to repeat it, as Churchill said. Political leaders, often being referred to as opportunists, tend to change their parties in search of positions that would make them lead, that would make them take part of the government. And I will be presenting you here with two examples related to the UK coalition party, to the coalition government that that governed from 2010 to 2015. But first of all, I would like to say GOAT. That GOAT is by Benjamin Disraeli, who was a politician nominated twice for the Prime Minister position. He said, England does not love coalitions. So, our first example, taken from The Guardian newspaper, an article on September 2012, saying that Nick Clegg, who is a British Liberal Democrat, who took part in the UK coalition government, which was made by Conservatives and Liberal Democrats. So, Nick Clegg was the Deputy Prime Minister of the United Kingdom from 2010 to 2015 in the Cameron coalition ministry. Nick Clegg, in his pre-election manifesto, said that he would scrabble the tuition fees. Instead, he changed position. That's why I said that coalition and defection go hand in hand. He changed position and went with the Conservatives, increasing the tuition fees by 2/3. And that led to his unpopularity by over 66% of dissatisfaction. And that led to the Liberal Democrats being criticized and they are no part of the government. Our second example, taken from The Guardian as well, shows that on November 2011, 2 million people went on strikes. 2 workers went on strikes because of due to the coalition party policies were able to be imposed on a mandate that was not agreed upon, and that increased the sentiment within the electorate, and the coalition party was deemed undemocratic. Thank you.
Thank you, Deputy Prime Minister. Deputy Leader of Opposition, you have the floor.